Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of Building with me, Neanderthal MC, here in Creative, our desert creative world. Today, we are going to be doing whatever odd jobs I feel like doing. So last episode, which was a while ago, I said I was going to probably extend these walls somewhere and then maybe do something with the aqueducts. And then, of course, I showed you our little fishing village over here. These walls and the aqueducts, I've kind of realized that they need to come in after, after, after we've done little things like this village and these roads and these little buildings and shops. And I'm getting like 10 frames per second right now for some reason. I'm getting 30. I'm getting 30. Okay, whatever. We need to do the buildings first. And then what we need to do, it's easier to build these around the buildings than it is to build the buildings around these things, which would just be randomly placed. So what I'm thinking is that'll be kind of like a late end game thing. I mean, we can leave this here just as a reminder, not to build out too far and stuff like that. But I think we need to do that last. And so what I want to do today is just, I think I want to build um, a cathedral. Uh, I really like how these little buildings turned out. Oh man, I'm getting some lag for some reason. And I really like how these little buildings turned out. But what I really got inspired to do this whole series by was, of course, this place right here. And it's just the size of it, I think, that lets me put in all the details that I want. And I'm going to quit recording for a second to figure out why I'm getting 13 frames. So hold on. All right, so apparently, looking at lava gives me 15 frames per second, even when I'm on fast graphics. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on right now. I don't have any programs over other than Windows Movie Maker, which I usually have open anyways. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on, but you know what? It's not that big of a deal right now. Let's just change it back to fancy and deal with it. I mean, if I look at the ground, when I'm not recording, I get about 600 frames per second. I've gotten up to 1800 frames per second. But then when I look at lava, even just, I mean, looking at lava, I'm getting, well, 30 now, but that was weird. Last time I flew through, I got like, yep, 20, dropping down to 20, 30 still. That's strange. Drop down to 20 again. Okay, it's just being really inconsistent when I look around, but when I look at the ground, usually it's just skyrockets. So yeah, let's start work on our cathedral. I wanted to make it out of a lot of stone brick, and use some of the quartz in it as well. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of flying around, trying to choose a good location. I can't be too close to this because this is the centerpiece, and I don't want to have, excuse me, hiccuping. I don't have a huge kind of distraction off the side of it. So maybe somewhere out here. Maybe the entrance could be going facing this way. So we'd be looking at it here. It's a nice flat area. It'd just take a little bit of terraforming with some sand. Wouldn't take me very long at all just to fill in this little spot. Yeah, I think that'll be a good spot for it. And it'll be kind of off far enough I could fill up this whole area, and not be too distracting from the centerpiece. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little montage of me filling up this area, just because I like to do that now, because I know I can. And so let's head into that. Alright guys, just got done with that. So as you can see here, you got the nice area flattened out, and I've kind of started laying out a little bit of frame. What I want to do is have, like a big, wide front door entrance to our cathedral here. Big, tall door. And on the sides of that, I want to have some humongous stained glass windows, because that's what everybody thinks of when they think of cathedrals. So I want to do that. What I've done over here is I've kind of laid out. I'll look at the ground while I fly over here. I've laid out two designs I kind of like so far. There's one. Here we go. So here they are. Let's actually change it to night. So time set night. So we got one, the Christian cross, got that. And then if we don't want to go with an actual religion, we can kind of do like a sunburst thing. This one obviously just simple. Got the frame, white stained glass, and then a yellow stained glass cross. And over here, same thing, the frame, white stained glass, and then kind of a sun pattern. So I think I kind of want to do this one. We'll see how it looks. I mean, it's obviously not going to take very long for me to do. Let's actually go back to day now. And then, of course, we'll have lighting inside the church, so that's why I have this lighting back here. So yeah, there's that. So let's just go ahead and start doing that. I think it was 7Y. Yes, we got these laid out here. So I think if I do that, then it has to start like this. I don't know how many high it is, but we'll just go like that. Let's actually look. It would be very easy for me to copy and paste it, but I just want to build it with you guys on here, so it's quite easy. So 2 up, and then we got the yellow. Okay, so that's easy to do. Let's go right in the middle here. 2 up, yellow, and then a space, and then we got 3 more yellow. I found the best way to do glass panes is to do vertically, because you get that whole block kind of, to aim at. You got this whole face right here instead of just, the little tiny slip like this. So the best way I've known how to do it is you do one in the middle, and then you can go off to the side, or maybe right next to it. So this next one you'd aim at here, and you go like that. Pretty easy. Boom, boom, boom. No trouble. Oops, that's not the right block. Like that. Okay, and then we do the next one over here. Actually, we do the next one here. And another really easy way to do it is just to fill out the whole shape. And then, well, for this one it's easy just because there's a lot of white and not very much. Oh, we messed up here somewhere. We didn't do the right pattern. Oh well. So yeah, the best way for this one is just to fill the whole thing white and then knock out some where the sunburst pattern will go. So I'm just going to kind of do that a little bit easier. So now we can do this guy. And then kind of get ourselves centered. There we go. Alright, so it went like this. 3x3 sun in the middle. Oops. That's what I'm talking about. It's hard to aim at that little tiny hitbox. And then, oh god, see. Boom. Boom. Is this right? Am I doing this right? I think I am. No, that's not right. They're on the corners. That's right. It's like that. That looks better. Like that, and like that. And let me just fill in this gaps. Alright, that's how it's supposed to look right there. So I'm just going to copy that over and then maybe work on some of the pews or something like that. Let's be right back. Alright guys, so here we are back. I've done the second one. I am, once again, a woman in Minecraft for some reason. Got the ginger skin again on. Not really sure why, so I got a pale hand. My internet is on. I don't really know what's going on right now, but whatever. So I finished the second window, and I have chosen a wood type for the door, and it is oak. So here we go. Just gonna do a regular oak kind of frame, kind of up like that. I think we'll go at least even with it. And don't worry, it's not going to end up being flush. And then I think we're gonna go kind of like in and then up quite a bit more, and then maybe some more, and then bring it in like that. All right, so now if we kind of leave that like that, but bring it out with some more, let's see how that looks. How does that look? That looks pretty good. All right, so let's actually remove this middle layer. And I think we're going to do kind of like a door frame with the logs. So it's just going to kind of be on either side of the actual door. So we'll actually just do one right here, right next to it. Oh boy. And then we can either leave this open, or what should we do? All right, so we got that. Let's actually kind of bring this up. I know it's not still part of the door, but let's bring it up so it looks better. Yeah, that looks way better. Okay, yeah, we're gonna keep it like that. All right. So I think maybe on the inside, maybe we'll either have like some lighting for the sides of these. Because if I wreck that block, oh, maybe not. That's kind of gotta remain a frame. Maybe like trap doors or regular doors or something, or maybe just have some lighting in the walls in the corners here. It's kind of like our not over there, over the where is it? Over there, kind of like our gate. We're not gonna put a fence a gate on this, with fences, because it's not like a stronghold or anything. It's church, so I think it should be free for everybody to use. And so one thing I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna build the pews. And I think lay down some carpet. My church that I go to has red carpet. And so I'm going to do that here. And I'm also going to do dark brown pews because that is also what my church has. Let's see. These. Dark oak. All right. So I think I'm going to do another montage because I love them so much. Of me placing down some stairs, placing some stairs, and then doing a lot of red carpet. So enjoy. Alright guys, I'm back. I hope you guys liked that. That was kind of fun for me to do. Listen to some just some vanilla music actually. When a song would end, I would just go on here, go music all the way down, all the way up, and usually a new song would start. And so hopefully you guys like that music kind of sped up. I think it sounds pretty cool. So what I did here is I did the pews, just simple pews. Obviously we're going to be adding onto them right now. They're just basic, because this isn't just one of those regular buildings. It's going to be a mega build. And I also did a little bit of work out here on like kind of getting the wall started. I don't just want to have a square, you know, I want to have it come out and then maybe come all the way around here and maybe have some like little rooms in here. 'Cause that's how my church is kind of set up. It doesn't have this big front thing, but it has a big square red carpet room. So yeah, also the carpet obviously, and then lighting underneath it. Let's see if I can find one. Yeah, right there. And then even with the pews, and then a little bit of extra down here. And then this thing in my church is kind of like what they have. It doesn't look exactly like this, obviously, but it's like a little stand that the speaker would come up to and you know, say something. And so yeah, read from the Bible, whatever. But this isn't really a Christian church. This is a Minecraft church. Apparently we worship the sun here, so maybe we'll talk about the sun. I actually kind of wanted to try something, just a little funny thing, quick. This, we'll put you there, and let's see, you. There we go. So maybe we'll have that kind of all over the place. That'll kind of be the idol. Oh, and here's some music. So we'll have little sunflowers everywhere. Since we are in the desert, I mean, that is the most powerful thing you can think of when you're in the desert, I'd say, is the sun. So it makes sense. All right, so with this great music playing me off, I will see you guys in the next episode where we will work on more of the cathedral. See you then. Bye-bye.